everybody, this is Kids. I hope you are all doing okay, and today we are doing something new, a collab with Nene Grimalkin. She's a wonderful witch Vtuber. You can find her here on YouTube, on Twitch, where she does a lot of lives. Please go check her out, and on Twitter too. I will leave all her information here on the video and in description. And this is my side of the collab. So we gave each other prompts, and the one she gave me was Spellcasting Butterfly and Soda. So that's what we'll be doing. And yep, let's get started. First sketch, and I was going with the idea of spellcasting teaching lesson. So that's what I did here with Nene Grimalkin and me. So I started by doing the background so I could see where everything would go, and the construction of the space. So I did more play with the shadows and try to do some depth for the green window, and then I tried to do the glass effect. I'm still struggling with that, if you remember, but I'm doing my best with that. And then copying the window into the different side of the wall in a three part. I think it was a really nice way to organize the background. At first I was going with more green and bluish kind of colors, but later on I was not content with it, so I played with the color a little bit more and ended up with a more analogous kind of composition with some purple tone that was already a lot used in the drawing. And here are the characters. So I'm using one of Nene Grimalkin's Twitter post as a references for the color palette, and an old drawing I did of me of my model. So I already have the more sample color to draw. I'm starting with multiple parts. So first the skin, and then I do the line art. As always, you know that I don't do black line art. I don't really like that. I do some line art that goes with the part I'm doing. It gave me that more an impression of children book illustration. I already told you that I really like the impression those book illustration gave me, and I'm really inspired by them. So yep. And then I'm doing their hair, which I'm still experimenting a lot on. I'm still experimenting a lot of things in digital art about my way of coloring things, on comparing to for example alcohol marker, where I more or less already find a style I go with. Right now I'm still trying a lot of things new. Every time I use digital software to draw. So yep. And I'm doing the hair, and so the main focus here is how I would do the texture of the hair. I'm trying something new with the shadows, and then some highlight. So highlight that was purple white for Nene Grimalkin, and for me more pinkish, that we see later. And then the details of the skin. So I'm doing some first shadows here, and then I will make some more darker shadow to other part, like the inside of the hand, the more inside part of the neck, which is more hidden by the face, and the highlights that I really like too. So I'm also doing highlight in the skin with whitish tones, and also the details of the bellies, and yep. Now I'm doing the the same for Nene's faces. And then the highlight. There is no much more. The arms are covered with a shirt, so it was very faster to do. And then hop onto the hair, like I said, playing with the shadows, which is always tricky for me to understand how that work on hair. But I'm really trying things out to see what works, what render pretty. I really like how it ended out, and then the white highlight to go with hair. And then I did the same for me. It was easier because I have short hair, so not much to do. I already know where the shadow were more or less going, and same for the light, which is trickier for me when I draw longer hair than that. So that's why I'm still experimenting a lot and trying things out. Whereas in alcohol marker, it's easier for me to do longer hair than short, which is a little bit contradictory in a way, for example. And then I'm doing the clothes, so the shirts of Nene, and she has some kind of split pattern that I really like. And so the folds, like we saw in my other video, so I'm trying to go with the fold point where I know there will be more, and since it's a more loose shirt, the more loose folds like we saw last time, and mainly stay with the main one and not doing too much of that. And yeah, I really like her shirt, which is a split design here, and then she has some gloves on. And after that, the pants, which goes with the color pattern she has. So it's really pretty. I really like the clothes she has on. She has also a cape, but I was more going with non too much scholar afternoon, but hanging out and learning spell together. So I didn't draw it, like I didn't draw as a witch's hat. Really hanging out kind of vibe that I wanted to put here. And then the texture of the shirt. So I was playing with different pen and crayon here. And like always, the highlights, which will be more discreet on those pieces of clothing. And now the more darker shadow here on the gloves, and then the pants, which are I didn't give them exactly a jean kind of texture, on contrary to my skirt, but something similar clothes, and here, so like you can see the highlights, the shadows, and now we are hopping onto the skirt. So, fun fact here, at this part, I had to restart, like you can see, the skirt, I had to restart it multiple times, because Krita only crashed at that part, and every time I finished my skirt, it would crash, and I would have to redo it again. So at this point, I was a little sad, but I managed to make it work. So I'm really happy with how the skirt turned out. And now onto the top. So the pink top that I'm wearing on this model too, with the little butterfly near the shoulders, and the line art that is a darker pink. Now the shadows and the highlight too, and now the texture here too. So for the face, I was more going for me giving my heart to summon a few butterfly, and Nene's watching as she has summoned a bigger butterfly behind. So yep, this is very like she is teaching me to summon the little butterfly. And then I added later a soda too on a table where Nene is like casting a spell on, so the bubbles go everywhere. The bubbles. Here I was trying out how to do faces, so I wanted to do different faces because I have a tendency to do the same, mostly the same nose, I'd say. So I tried to do a slightly different head shape, so me it was more squarey. I always drew my character with a more squarey face, and for Nene a more round than me. Same for her eyes, which for me are a little bit more pointy since I'm squinching them, is that a word? To concentrate a little. So yep. And of course the glasses. I'm doing them in a simple way. I'm trying to figure out how I could do more details on the glasses though. So up. And then that's me playing with the background. Like I said earlier, I was confused how to make it work because for me it didn't seem to be working with the scene and then the table with the soda pop. So first I was going for a classic orange soda. That's what I did here, and I tried to do the glasses effect, which is easier for me to do with a gray pen than in digital drawing. But I'm happy with what I turned out with. But then I didn't really like the orange color. It was too. It didn't go with the scene, so I opted more for a more unified thing with bluish, purple, and pinkish tones. So that's what I did here, and then I blurred the background, and now onto the butterflies. So here I was trying to do different pattern for the wings. As you can see here, so for the purple butterfly with more pointy wings, and the blue butterflies with more rounded wings and some white dots and all of that. So they are flying around my arm that is casting them. And still playing with the background. I was not satisfied with it until it was more unified and violet pinkish. And now I'm doing the magic showing up of our hand, and I was kind of inspired by Star vs. the Force of the Evil way of doing the magic showing out of her hand, or the wand. So that's what I did here, and voila! So this is the result of the prompt. I really like it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please go check Nene Grimalkin's accounts out, so you will be aware of when she posts her side of the prompt, which I'm really looking forward into. And yep, now we'll see each other later this week for some doodles. Bye!